Welcome to another edition of What the Fuck Happenings here in Mendham. Location unknown. Yeah, but it's always in Mendham in here. Mostly. I could say that, I suppose. I did say it, so there. It's been said. So figure comments. And there's always subjects there. So I'll read some of them. Who hurt you? I mean, just more, crap from the Glibites. So I could go down the whole list of how you realize you're on a planet that doesn't make much sense. And so obviously it happened early in my life. I didn't have to do a bunch of philosophy to figure out, this isn't a great idea. Because you just see a bunch of stuff in the world. Stuff that you could call Gary. I could point to it and say, oh, there's a Gary. In some ways just recognize that, I ended up here. I could have ended up hatching over there, or hatching there, and look like that, or be that. And so, yeah, that's, I grew up in Louisiana, and so what hurt me was watching a bunch of carnage, right in my front yard. So that's what hurt me. The facts of life hurt me. They don't hurt you because you're a glib, dumb fuck. I mean, it's the only way you can be reasoned through. You can watch other things disposed of, tormented and tortured and killed, and it doesn't bother you because you think you're immune. You think it won't be your turn. Somehow you'll always be a master and you'll never be a slave. So I could use that as an example. I mean, I could just make up a one and say, oh yeah, well, I waddled over to the window and I looked out and I saw the slaves and I said, well, what's the difference? I was born in the house, they weren't. I gotta live that life next time. When I'm picking one of these straws, these lottery tickets to being alive, maybe that's the straw I'm gonna pick. So I could use examples. I remember, there's certain ones that just stick out in your head, and I remember there was two of those rhinoceros beetles fighting with each other and trying to flip each other over. Now I didn't understand the whole evolution thing, and they're trying to flip each other over and kill each other that way and blah blah blah. I didn't, who knew any of that crap. I just knew there was conflict, and I was trying to figure out why there's this. What are you two idiots fighting about? So I was trying to mitigate and trying to figure out, well, what's the issue? Somebody steal your candy? What? He owes you $1? What's the problem? And then I could just go on to all the other stuff that is a lot more grisly in terms of the shit run over on the street and the animals tormented in some lunatic's backyard and all that kind of crap. So a lot of things hurt me, you idiot, because I rationally empathize in the sense that I imagine it happening to me and I say I wouldn't accept that. I'm not going to voluntarily get in that car. I mean, that looks like the molester car. Why would I get in the molester's car? Because you show me some shiny candy? What? And you're implying that somehow I'm the idiot, or I'm the psychopath, or the crazy person, or the person just running on emotion? No, you're the asshole who somehow has disconnected yourself from reality and the real price being paid for your little glib crap. You piece of crap, Brock. So fuck you till dead and such. Which you just get what you deserve, which you will inevitably. So you just won't know it, which is the damn it part. It's just that you won't remember what a glib asswipe you were. So when you're doing the payback, when you're doing the comes around, goes around thing, You really won't realize what a fucking screaming asswipe you were. Douche. See, lots of philosophy. One little comment. Another asshole. Thinking clearly too. Yeah, I don't think so. Hello, inmendham. I asked this the last video, did not answer. Blah 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 blah. I agree a lot of blah 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 blah. Who cares? Fuck you. It's brutal and the source of far more suffering than humans commit. So he's doing this fake. I get your point. Okay, and then he plays little petty games. And people are deluded, thinking nature is great without humans. Yes, it's okay. So why don't we just stop there and quit with your bullshit? However, you have owned cats. Well, again, you know, obviously you don't care to do any research or to know the truth. I owned cats, not because they're my cats. I didn't create them. I didn't vote for breeding. I would vote for a huge tax on breeding cats. And anybody who did illegally, I'd put them in jail. So I mean, if you didn't have a permit to breed cats and you bred them on purpose, you'd go to fucking jail. I in every way, have no, there'd be nothing I would vote for, okay, that would be creation friendly, asshole. And that's really where it gets important, fuckhead. So again, this is like some dopey argument that you somehow, if I ate meat, that somehow I couldn't say I'm a vegetarian in principle. I would vote for it. I would vote for taxes on meat. You know, somehow you can't do that. Well, yeah, of course you can. So even if I had some, which I don't, some desire to own a pet, which I don't. Again, every cat I ever took care of, I didn't go get the cat. I didn't go say, oh, I need a cat. No, it was dumped on my front door. Literally, it walked to my front door or somebody dumped it at my front door. Okay, but I never voluntarily said, yes, I'll take care of a cat. It didn't happen that way, asshole. Fuck you. I mean, yeah, it's just the pettiness of these assholes. Alright, anyway. However, you own cats in the past who killed lots of wildlife. Well, again, the very nature of killing something means you stopped it from breeding. So even that argument seems a little weak, you know. Yeah, predators overall are bad, but in a circumstance where there's too many of something, you know, where something's flourishing, they're good. And if you have them at just the right time, you could even cause something to go extinct. So humans showed up as predators, and they probably made mammoths extinct and saber-toothed tigers and a lot of things. They probably drove them to extinction. Probably a historical fact. So some predation can be very positive. But it doesn't mean anything to the argument. The argument is that life is a meat grinder. And what it exactly grinds at any one time, whether it's tyrannosauruses and dinosaurs and where this or that, it doesn't really matter what's getting ground. It's just this stuff is getting ground and it's bad. And that's what you vote against, asshole. Not any more complicated than that, fuckhead. Alright. You also say, and it's also just points out that the arguments aren't complex, but something like vegetarianism is obvious. You know, just in the sense that there's such a direct connection between the creation of the organism and its institutionalization, its entrapment, and its torment in that entrapment. That's just kind of obvious. As obvious as, look, you know, there's the whole cat thing, if we're going on that subject, you know, I've argued before, I mean, this whole jackass plan of capture and release, you know, neuter and release. It's just it's so stupid. I mean, you could, all the money they're wasting, it's just a veterinarian subsidy program. So when people pay these people, they're just paying veterinarians to do surgery. It's a very profitable, it's a big part of the money veterinarians make, is, you know, being paid to do these neuterings. And why? Why would you do that? You have the animal anesthetized for the procedure. Why would you wake it up? What's the plan? Why wake it up to throw it on the street? It's just retarded. All right. Lots of, well, anyway. Also, you said you like doing gardening. Yes, I have a garden. Cultivating more plant life to grow increase in insect population. Where'd you get that fact from? I mean, weeds don't make less animals than cultivated plants. That's stupid. Obviously, a gardener is always looking for bugs that eat the plants, right? So they can't do much reproducing on what you've gardened, because you don't want the bugs to eat your plants, so they can't feed on the plants. So you're disturbing the biosystem. You're not enhancing it. You're not making more life by cultivating. You're making less. You're making the ground more sterile, idiot. So you can't even get these facts right, and yet you're such an obnoxious little fucking douche. Let's see. Which increases the bird population, etc. All who suffer. Like you really care. Yeah, like you really don't. You're just playing a word game. You're playing semantics with wrong facts and pretending. Oh, you're just such a piece of shit. Shouldn't Ephilism reject cat ownership? Yeah, so where did I ever make a video saying everybody should have a cat? Where did I do that? Where did I say cats should be neutered and released? Where did I ever say that? No, of course not. Where did I say people should be able to breed all the cats they want? Oh yeah, that's right. I've said exactly the opposite, asshole. Alright. And gardening since both increase the suffering of other organisms for no reason. Well, that's not what happens, you liar, you faker, you fucking piece of shit, trolly piece of garbage. So yes, get what you deserve, which is to be lied to. Okay, to have people fake it and pretend and be sneaky and think that, oh, I'm going to play I gotcha games with this asshole. You anonymous piece of crap. Fuck you. God. Another douche. Check out David Goggins. Guy came from a fucked up childhood. Yeah, right, and became a fucking assassin, a paid assassin, a mercenary, you know, for the military-industrial complex, which is just another way of saying for the rich. And it just causes a bunch of trouble in the world, you know, for a living. I'm going to go kill people who, frankly, haven't raped or molested anybody I know. You know, but somebody paid me to do it. Oh, what an inspiration. I'm so fucking inspired. No, I'm not really. Got screwed by rows above it to become an inspiration. Inspiration to who? To you? Oh, well, not to me, fuckhead. Alright, being some dopey jackass jarhead. I can eat bugs. You can drive screws through my head. I don't care. Doesn't fucking inspire me. It scares the fuck out of me. Okay, you glib assholes. You're glib heroes. Fuck you. Okay, so he made himself indestructible. Why should I find that inspiring? The whole point is the only way you're going to get that it's broken is that you have to sense that it's broken. You have to feel the broken. If you make yourself indestructible, a glib, monstrous, indestructible cunt who can go fucking create orphans without a, you know, with a, you know, a single bound. You know, he just hops from place to place and makes some orphans and says, I'm doing good in the world. Fuck you. We can all do it. Why would I want to do that? Thanks for sharing. Fuck you. No thanks for sharing your silly inspirations. Douche. God, people suck. It's just the way it is, you know. It works out that way. That's why the world sucks, is because there's a lot of suck in it. You know, walking around saying, I'm a person who's inspired and actualized, and I'm transcending. I'm a transcender. Fuck you. The eating, toying with his food the whole time is really disgusting somehow. Yeah, well, this is obviously a personal thing. Like some people, okay, they like way too loud music. They like farting in each other's faces, apparently. They like belching whenever they feel like it. It's an announcement of my freedom. They, you know, pull out their flappy boob and suckle their baby right in your face because, yeah, it doesn't bother me. I don't mind when people do that to me. All right, so somehow they don't mind. Okay, it doesn't bother them, you know. But they seem to have no appreciation that it actually does bother other people. You know, and that's the bizarre part, is that they can't figure out that some people do find that, ooh, that's a little nauseating. It's unpleasant. And they're saying, why are you being unpleasant on me? Why are you gratuitously unpleasanting on me? But whatever. No, there's just no accounting for it, right? I don't think there's any accounting for it, because even if I did enjoy farting and belching and all that crap, I still would be able to figure out, well, maybe some people don't, you know. But, yeah, hard to figure. Pretty much hard to figure. I guess I don't need to delete that one. It's just, you're just so used to it that, you know. Why are you putting my name in the comment section? I mean, just more bullshit. He's a fucking genius and such. Yeah, well, that's just so fucking cute. Fuck you. Alright, BK, not seen him for years. No change there. He still talks nonsense. Well, he still just lies through his fat, blubbery gums. And you're just saying, well, you know, haven't you figured out that lying sucks? You know, I mean, it hasn't worked for you, okay? I mean, you've spent your whole life being a liar, and you see where it ended you up. You know, fat, crippled, and a mess. So, yeah, maybe try the honesty thing for a change. But he mumbled away. Yes, the robot analysis was thought-provoking. Yes, I don't remember it, but fine. Maybe you said all you want on the subject. Well, I mean, there's only so much to the subject, and garbage in, garbage out. And that's sort of the problem here. I mean, the fact that we're robots is just obvious. You know, so I suppose you could keep supporting that argument with just more crap about how, you know, obvious it is. You speak English not because you chose English. You know, all that kind of stuff. I mean, it's kind of obvious that every kind of thing you appreciate and everything you interact with is because you have some story connected to it, too. Some rhino beetle story. And that's why you think the way you think. And so it's all just environmental interaction with a tiny bit of genetic disposition. And so, I mean, it's just a fact. Now, the consequence of being a robot, in the circumstance where we're robots and we can know belching in people's faces is rude. Yeah, we can know things. And then when we see ourselves reading that script, we can say, oh shit, I'm doing that bad script again. You know, damn it. You know, gotta fix that. So that's the interesting part, is that we're robots, but we can know when we're being asshole robots. So that makes it kind of interesting, because now we're getting, now it's all programming, but we have this program that recognizes you're being an asshole and says, I got to change that script. I got to quit reading bad lines. So let me look ahead and say, am I heading in a good direction? And you say, oh, no, that's not a good direction. I got to need to fix something, because that direction looks like rude and obnoxious and piggish and gluttonous and disgusting, and I don't want to be one of those. So, yes. Alright. Hang in there, pal. They will be paying soon. Yeah, like I said, it doesn't matter. They need to know before the next generation turns into one of them. We have to break the cycle. I don't want revenge. I don't want them to repent when it's too late to fix anything. So obviously the meme needs to be something that happens through the process of maturation or programming, not after something, you know. I mean, it's better, you can't really fix the broken, you got to try to prevent the broken. So that's the idea, is to prevent the regeneration process, to break the links between the breeders and their children. You know, to somehow get the children to figure out their parents were assholes. Colossal assholes. Yeah. Alright. Don't give up, inmendham. You know, I don't know, did I indicate I'm giving up? Anyway, you're famous for that name. It took me 5 years to realize that was your town and not some super duper alias. Welcome to Inmendham. Brought to you by Gary. Okay, people on other channels are debating a lot, and most look up to Gary Oofery and Gary Inmendham, whatever. I guess that's the vegan guy. Debate, I mean, frankly, I don't know how, he seems a little bit too enthusiastic to be a, life sucks, or heaps of debating going on lately. I don't think so. You're an icon. Keep Inmendham and don't make reference to it being a location. Okay, the world don't know that you bring it up every time, and it's confusing. I don't know what that means. Just my opinion from a marketing perspective. Yes, I don't know what the hell you're saying. From a marketing perspective, it's not a great name, frankly. You know, I liked having the Do Not God channel, but you know, YouTube wouldn't let me. So anyway, same comment, different video. I don't know if I really like that, but whatever. Hop on stream. So this is hippity hop, you know, the whatever sideways cap boy, big glass boy guy thingy, who I already debated and squished like a little bug. so why would I hop on any of your stream? You're a dead bug. You'll just get me dead bug guts on me. I don't want that. Okay, you probably won't like this comment. Yes, well then, fuck you. Gary, your first debate with Corey Antine some years ago remains one of the best postings I've seen on YouTube. And whatever. Two very smart minds, both passionate and authentic, talking about timeless ideas of vital importance. Brilliant. Well, whatever. I find myself going back and forth, 1 minute agreeing with you and the next minute agreeing with Anton. Agreeing with him on what? It's just silly. Be childlike ignorant of real causal effects of actions. Just pretend everything's going to be all right. Pretend that there really is something called a happily ever after and somebody gets to live it. I mean, you're an idiot. So I don't like your comment because you're an idiot. Okay. As much as you want me to only see your side, there's no two sides. There's just an argument. And clearly one argument is fallacious because it's childlike optimism bullshit that doesn't account for anything real happening in the universe. It doesn't account for real consequences. It's just painting silly smiley faces on things that are horrible. You're an idiot. I think a good chunk of your friends, I don't do the friend thing really, I try to avoid that, and subscribers who have seen the debate will identify with my experience. I don't think they will. I think I decisively crushed Anton into pulp. Anyway, that is mood and emotion disposition, which can fluctuate wildly during the day. So again, you're doing this, I can't see past my personal horniness to say, oh wait a minute, I know I really want to fuck something, but I know there's such a high price paid for that little bit of pleasure that yeah, no, I'm not going to justify the game. Yes, I'll you know, put the vagina in front of me and I'll fuck it, but I'm going to understand that that's just how they catch us. That's how the trap works. The trap puts bait and then it traps you and then you're fucked. Anyway, we'll determine whether a person sees the world through an inmendham or Anton lens. So again, it's really not about these lenses. It's about how you define what a lens is, perspective. And does Anton take any accounting for what nature really is? He thinks it's some circle of life crap, that somehow it all comes out even, or maybe there's even a profit somewhere, and that can't possibly make any sense. It just can't possibly make sense. It's a meat grinder. It just doesn't do anything good. It grinds the meat. I never tire of watching that debate. Well, that's weird and strange. I'm sure there's not too many people who have that problem. Why did it do that? You gotta be so can't move a mouse around here without fucking something up. Alright. 5 years. You probably won't like. Okay, yeah, I didn't like it. Your take on the idiots who want to raid Area 51. Well, look, you idiots elected Trump. I'm sure Trump said to some guy, so what's this Area 51 stuff? Oh, I see some paperwork. And the paperwork said, no, it's just a military base. Yeah, we got no aliens. I mean, what the fuck? It's just retarded. There's a bunch of people who work for the government, and they get paid like $58,000 a year or something, and have some benefits, and none of them has decided to just leak some information to the National Enquirer or something. I mean, come on. This is just silly conspiracy theories. They're silly. It's what silly people waste their time doing. You're a silly person. Okay, the idea is that since the universe had a beginning, then it demands the explanation for its cause of initiation. Well, again, it just depends on what your perspective is. So we know that in the universe, there's a thing called evolution that created human beings. Now, it's not, abiogenesis isn't poofing out of nothing. So there was a process of chemistry that happens before you have biology, right? And before you have chemistry, you have physics. And so the argument is what's the process? And so I would argue that there can be a process or there can't be. The truth is going to be something that simple. Either the constituent of the universe always is and always was, and it's just the way it is, or it happens over time. The universe just adds a photon every 10 zillion years, and or some kind of bullshit like that. But it's some kind of bullshit answer. It doesn't mean anything. There's not going to be a creator who had a whole nother creation problem. So we know that doesn't answer the question of creation. So why worry about it? Why waste any neurons on this? Well, why waste is not enough to start writing comments. I mean, you can pause it in your brain every now and then. Well, it is strange. How can you have the first cause? It's just, that's kind of creepy. First cause. Ooh, creepy, creepy. I mean, paradoxical. It just doesn't work. But the real answer is it's either yes or no. I mean, and it's meaningless either way. I mean, it just couldn't make a difference. Let's see. So cause can't come from within the system universe. Well, again, it says you. It can't come from outside either. It's cause. But then you still have to say, well, how did the outside get a poking finger? Where did that come from? Because that means the cause would have to already have existed before the beginning of the universe. Blah 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 blah. Yeah. There's no answer to these questions. Oh, look at all this crap. I don't know if I want to read all this. The cause must be outside the system. Yeah, I already said that. And so that entity which initiated our system universe doesn't need an explanation of its creation. Well, why doesn't it? I mean, that's just idiotic. Of course it does. It has the same problem. Coming from outside the universe doesn't mean I don't have to explain myself. That's just stupid. That's like saying I go to my neighbor's house, all of a sudden I don't have to account for the fact that I was in my house. Yeah, I do. Oh, here it says this is a God-bothering idiot. Our universe is constrained by time and space and did begin. and therefore needs an uncaused causer. So you just made that up, this uncaused causer. I mean, it's just stupid. So you had no rational argument here, you fucking idiot. It's absolutely no reason to say, we need to have a cause. Our existence has to be explained, but the causer's existence doesn't need to be explained. Fuck you. That can never be rational. That's just duplicity, hypocrisy. That's just some dopey double standard for your convenience because you're a dumb, ignorant douche. Alright, the reason people have kids is women want them. Yeah, well, it's a little trickier than that because obviously there's some men who think they're doing something. You know, they're proving something. I watch them going down the street, okay? I mean, sure, the majority is just women pushing the stroller with the 2-year-old and the 5-year-old, right? Okay, there's a lot of that crap. But there are these guys, you know, with their little butchy tattoos and all this crap, pushing little pink strollers. You know, and it's so creepy. And you're saying, you know, they do look a little, what the fuck happened to me? Okay, so I have to say that. But some of them seem a little bit engaged in this little process, like they want to do this baby talk thing. But they just might be pedophiles. I don't know. So, yeah, it is kind of, I don't get it personally. Never got it. Never could even imagine it. Never thought it would be a great idea to shove some baby out the vagina that I was, the holy vagina. Why would I want a giant baby popping out of that thing? No fucking way. I mean, it never made any sense to me. I find pregnancy disgusting as, you know, a look on a woman. Yeah, it looks disgusting. Looks like a tumor to me. So it appeals to me on no level. The babies are the creepiest motherfucking things on earth. I could never in any way find anything. They just look like they're covered with disease. I mean, I'd rather hug a frickin' praying mantis, frankly. I mean, if I had a choice, touch a baby or touch a bug, I touch the bug. You know, so yeah, so I don't personally get it. But I know there must be some sort of psychology in people where they, you know, I'm making humans and I'm doing something, and maybe they think of it like I thought of my fish, you know, and they're trying to make their fish into something. But they invest so little energy in it, in the project called Kid, in terms of they let stupid, ignorant school teachers brainwash them. They let, you know, they give their kid away to all kinds of institutions and all kinds of mechanisms where they can get hurt and ruined as an experiment. I mean, if it was my fish, I wouldn't let my fish swim in that dirty tank. You know, I'm not gonna let somebody borrow my fish and fuck them up. I mean, damn, get them all fat and stupid. So yeah, I don't understand any of it. But yes, these basic principles are right. Women are the real evil. Okay, they're the ones sitting right there, and they should know this ain't a good idea. And you know, so ultimately they have to take responsibility. You know, obviously they're the ones who get pregnant, and so it should be right in their face that, oh yes, it'll be my fault if it happens because it's, you know, my vagina, and you know, I didn't use it right. And the fact that men want women, yes, that's all I wanted. I mean, I didn't want anything else from the woman except to play with her junk. And okay, now and then we can have a conversation or something, and you know, once in a while we might be able to do something together, as long as I can see a little side boob, and you know, you bend over kind of right and stuff. So as long as you keep me entertained, okay. But you know, otherwise, I can't make any sense out of it. Nope. I'm just being honest. You know, I have to admit, I respect women in the sense I understand they're struggling and trying to have a life and trying to make something meaningful, just like I am. You know, they're trying to find meaning and trying to find purpose and trying to find comfort, and they're doing it through some kind of emotional mechanism that does make them want to help and be comfort things. I know they kind of like doing that. They like being useful in some way or something like that. So I understand they have all kinds of little psychological mechanisms. Like men are much more competitive, and they don't give two shits about being useful. They just want to, smite and conquer and stand up and go, look at me. They're kind of peacocky or whatever, cocky. I guess that's all you can say, right? But yeah, I have to admit that it's just relationships are just so dishonest. In the sense that it's so much of it is you're hot. And if you're not, okay, I'll pretend that you're a nice person and you're swell and all that shit. But it just takes all the enthusiasm out of it. All right, I'll leave that. Edit my previous comment. Why don't you just edit your fucking comment then, idiot? Oh, sorry. Fireball guy. Shouldn't insult him. He does a lot of inmendham promoting. I really enjoyed this video, especially the second part, robot versus human. I always like the video where you refine or in your own thinking. I guess that's where he said improve. Okay. In the same video. Okay. Yeah, well, just the process of talking about things does change. The order you have things in, and it's like mixing a new color and putting it on the painting, and sometimes the new color say, hey, that's better than the old color, so let's keep that one. So you do fall on new ways of thinking or saying something anyway. That can be very useful. Alright, let's see, inmendham. Look how artificial neural networks, and in particular deep ones, work. Well, that doesn't even say anything. Look, the whole artificial intelligence thing, they're all wrong-headed, and that the key to the whole thing is that, like us, you have to make the robot schizophrenic. That is, you have to give it different programs with different agendas. So you have to give it a physiological program, where the mood program, where your pancreas is creating some frickin' chemical that's distorting your view. Okay, you got too much whatever, sex hormone or some other bullshit that's distracting you, and then you have to have the little kid in you still program, the intuitive program, which is kind of just a dumbass who just keeps reacting to sounds and overreacts to everything. So the overreaction program, and then you have to have the take your time, thoughtfully analyze, and voice an opinion program. And the thing that's really difficult is how much emphasis, how much control any one of those programs has is completely dependent on how bad your circumstances are. Like if you're on a boat in the middle of the sea and it's tossing and turning, you're not going to be doing all this complex philosophical thought, You're just going to be panicking. And so one program's going to get all the attention, the how do I feel, how do I stay in the boat, and all the other programs are not really going to be listened to. But anyway, you have to make it so it's programs rewriting programs. You can't make it an artificial intelligence in the sense of one intelligence. It's like it has to be a bunch of little intelligences that make a democracy. And the democracy is really a dictatorship, and the voting system for who dictates mood, emotion, logic, who's in control. That's what you fuck with. Anyway. But fuck you. You're going to tell me how it works. Fuck you. It's an entirely different paradigm of computing. Fuck you. There's no different paradigm of computing where there's no if-else dictation. Of course there is. There always is. You're always going to have choices for the robot. Okay? And what it does is just process the bullshit into a decision. Yes, it never really makes a choice. It'll just make a decision. 2 plus 2 will equal 4, or 2 plus 2 will equal 3, but it's all going to be dictated by a process of cause and effect, and they just can't escape that. So fuck you, you're an idiot. Alright, also, selfishly, would you do another Right to Die video? I mean, sure. It has been a while. I mean, there's a channel devoted to it. I don't know what to say. I mean, people are logically impervious to reasoned arguments, and especially when they don't know. They can't see any of the foundation for the reasoning. So if you're a glib asshole and you think you're immune, it's like, and if you think that that you have to preserve religion because people need religion, and yes, if you gave them the right to die, well then they wouldn't believe in God, and if they don't believe in God, then they wouldn't behave. So you have all these subversive reasons for believing something. They don't really believe it's a good thing, but they believe it's a necessary thing, something like that. So I guess I would argue that you have to get to that before you can fix. It's better to argue the more fundamental subjects of understanding you're a robot. Most of your values are bullshit, because your daddy was, or your mommy said, and all those are strong influences on you, that you're defensive, that you think defending yourself means you have to defend what you are, which is alive and human. It gets into all kinds of racism, gets into all kinds of crap that people really have to understand how badly they think before they can think right on a subject like the right to die. But it is just so obvious that, of course, if an organism has lost its personal will to live, there's no reason to enforce it to want to live again. Why would you do that? It's just like waking the cat up. You've put the cat to sleep, to do your surgery. Well, why are you waking it up? What's your plan? Unless you're going to wake it up to go to some Disneyland, why are you waking it up? To send it to homeless street? To force it to live in a dirty cardboard box or something. Why the fuck are you waking it up for that? I mean, But yes, it's an important thing, but it's just people aren't ready for the conversation. First, because they don't even know what a constitution is. They don't know what rights are. They don't know that they're not supposed to be imposing their religious views on other people. I mean, there's so many things they just don't even understand how to even have a logical conversation on a subject. They have no right. Okay, obviously it's a terrible trespass against my rights to tell me I'm not allowed to think the gift of life is a piece of shit. That's what they're saying. I don't have a right to do that. I mean, that should be just such a fuck you statement. What do you mean I don't have a right? You're going to tell me it's a gift? You give me a bunch of barbed wire laced in plague, and you're going to sit there and tell me it's a gift. Fuck you. Alright. The most down-to-earth channel. Well, down-to-earth is kind of a euphemism. Yeah, well, quite obviously I would argue that it's well-grounded. It's got a good foundation in logic. Check this. Well, this is always so fucking cunty. I mean, even if this is worth checking, you can't say more than that. So you're going to waste my time, huh? Yeah, he's going to waste my time. It's fucking, I'll block him if it's a piece of shit. And the principle of incommensurability. This is, what is it? This is, check what out? Wacky fractal woman physics. Oh, shit. Idiot. Alright, the lone, something or other. Pure gold. So, timestamps. It's just, I mean, you couldn't even just give some person what the pure gold was like. Some few of the words that were in the pure gold. Do people really subscribe to this person? Oh, do people really subscribe to your channel? Let's see what your channel has on it. Let's see what your favorite people are. So he liked my videos, the draft physics ones. Yeah, so they're in the liked category. All right. But he doesn't like my anti-life videos. No. Well, here, there's an inmendham video, robot versus human, in his likes, and he's complaining. All right. Maybe what he was saying was who I was talking to in the video. Robot versus human. So I guess it's Brett Keane. So you don't know how. I mean, you know, you got to do. So yeah, see, the guy says here, are you referring to Gary or to Brett? Yes. I mean, you caught me, right? So yeah, he's referring to Brett. So we'll remove that comment because it just creates noise. Have you been painting, Gary? No, I haven't been, but I've been thinking about it a lot. You know. It's summer, you know, distractions, blah blah, work, trouble, stuff. You know, there's a lot of projects I have to work on, you know, there's, fixing things and whatnot. It's been hot as hell too, and blah 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 blah. But anyway, I'm just making excuses, I suppose. It's a lot of work being me, you know, contemplating. And the physics thing, it's a lot of work figuring out how to explain physics to people. Anyway, would appreciate your analysis of a Huxley video from over 50 years ago. Well, whatever. Follow-up question, have you read Ted Kaczynski's manifesto? Well, I've read pieces of it, but yeah, I mean, frankly, it's just a combination of a bunch of quote mining. I mean, his book is something like Ken Wheeler's book. It's just a bunch of stolen ideas, concepts, all mushed together. I don't think he did much original thinking. Oh, fuck. What the hell is that? It's not one of those commercials where they're going to put that thing on right in front of me. Oh, god damn. Please. Stop it! Stop that! Do not do that to me. Fucking... They're just trying to sell, you know, male impotency drugs. You know, they're trying to make men impotent and then sell them drugs to fix it. That's their real plan of doing that crap. You know, let's break their capacity to find women attractive. Oh, shit. Yeah, so maybe they're trying to sell, like, you know, homo love rings or something. So they're trying to turn us all into homos. Wait till they have men putting on their stretchy, whatever, compresso skirts. Then there will not be homos. Then we'll be screwing animals. But anyway, what is this? The True Free Thinkers. True Free Thinkers. Oh, Roar Snack. Oh, what the fuck is this shit? Fucking. Blah, 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 blah. Pompous douchebaggery, blah, 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 blah. Oh, fuck you in the ass to dead. Oh, blah, 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 blah.
To make his case is with, I think, 25 minutes. I'm going to hold you strictly to time. There may be an impolite ping of the...
Oh, shut up!
Promises, primroses, and landscapes have...
Oh, this is just too interesting. They're reading a doopy play or something. Oh. Why don't you do some poetry next? Alright, fuck this. I'm gonna go find something else to do with my time. Alright, I'm Abraham Lincoln.
God's the reason for everything noble and fine and heroic. If you had a god, my dear young friend...
Noble. There's something noble about gods who give little kids brain tumors. Oh, it's so noble, the whole idea of a god. It's just so noble. And asking you to kiss his feet and do exactly as he says or he'll smite you. I mean, it's just so fucking noble. Noble's not a good word. The nobles weren't noble. They were cunts. They were fucking goddamn molesting cunts. God, these people are so stupid. Fuck you. No, it's not a nice clip. It's stupid. You say you don't believe in morality. I don't believe the word can be used commonly without contextual fixing. You have to point out how morality isn't dogma. Okay? No, morality is something, it's a logical value evaluation. You know, it's ethics. So I'm just saying the word morality can't be used because it always carries with it some dogmatic shit where it just says thou shalt not, and there's no logic for why thou shalt not. Yes, I give it another name. Oh, you finally figured that out. I don't like the word morality because of who's always used it. The religious kooks. You figured that out after 10 fucking years? Cato the dumbass? Man, you're not very quick on the uptake. Comes off as a gimmick. So he thinks the eating thing comes off as a gimmick. Like they're doing it on purpose. Like, he really didn't want to eat it, but he's eating it because he's trying the I'm eating gimmick. Oh, God, you're not that wise, Cato. Where's the fuck stupid comment? Is there a place where I can just say, too fucking stupid? Alright, well, I'll leave that up just because it's so fucking stupid. Oh, I click the damn thing again. I mean, you can't, you know, I should be able to click over here without it causing trouble. The problem is I had a stroke years ago, and this hand, yeah, it's a little twitchy. So sometimes my fucking finger hits the button. Alright, now I have to go figure out where the hell we were, which was way down here somewhere. Alright, show more. Yes, show me a few more and I'll get the fuck out of here. Oh, anti-Gaia. Brett is such a creepy 2-bit psychopath. It makes my skin crawl. Well, he seems to me to be, you know, kind of common man bullshit, right? Common bullshit artist. That's what the human race has become, right? I mean, just a bunch of liars. They make a living lying to people. I'm going to screw you over. I'm going to sneak 20 more bucks out of your pocket than I should. I mean... Richard Nixon was a lot smarter liar than Brett Keane. I mean, come on. Shit. LOL, you're such a class act, Brett. Oh, yes, we already did that. I already read that anyway. God, it's good to see you, Gary. I hope things are going better. Yes, well, no. I hope things aren't going worse is the way to say that, but fine. I'm not looking for better. I'm just trying to evade worse. Why is inmendham even acknowledging this guy's existence? I mean, there's just such stupid questions. I make one video every 4 years to something, and it's like, why'd you do that? Why would... Fucking idiots. Some people go to church to find inner peace. Again, and how they do that? How do they logically do that? I mean, what makes you feel good about the religious story? I mean, you're not going to heaven with your wife. You're not going to remember your life. You're not going to be you. You know, you're just going to be you in a coma or something. You know, you as a victim of amnesia or something. I mean, what's the fucking point? The whole story is stupid. It's just stupid. All right. I wouldn't have even bothered replying to this fat fuck. I mean, it's just, you know, it's just, fuck you. Okay, so you wouldn't bother. I did bother. You give people a chance now and then. And, so what? I gave him his chance. It was mush. There, we're done for 4 years. Probably won't happen again, right? So what's the odds of Brett Keane, you know, every year there's a 20% chance he's not going to be here next year. So what's the big worry? I should see what fake Sagan's up to. I haven't seen any fake Sagan videos in a while. Let's see, do I have his channel in this mush somewhere? I think I probably do. Huh, The Seekers. That's funny. Old songs. Oh yeah, that's an oldie. Oldie but goodie, but it is a pile of shit. It's old. Yeah. Stuff you didn't even know was religious. And it was like, wow, that's a religious song? Oh. Oh, gun shit. Oh, fuck that. Discussing 5-MeO DMT. So, drugs and guns. And Christ. Oh, fuck. Peak clown world. Sloppy job Moaz. That is. I guess that was when Iran attacked the tanker for whatever reason. I didn't even go to find out why all that crap happened. So I knew it was just crap. I'm a pro-choice Christian. Whatever. Rise of child celeb. That is. Well, I'm glad I'm missing all this. Transgenders winning female sports clown world. It does seem kind of silly to, you know, cut a man's nuts off and say he's not a man. I mean, you know, clearly his hormones have built him into a man's physique. He has the bigger bones and the muscles and all that shit. Let's see. But this whole stupid Olympics thing ought to be blown up. It's just a waste of resources. So what is all this Sri Lanka terrorist? I'm glad I'm. Oh, this Julian Assange crap. Tea time. I don't know. Then took some pot shots at Alex Jones. Any shot at. You can't miss Alex Jones with a shot. He's such a big, fat, lying buffoon. But whatever. Alright, so not that interesting. So, yeah. So fuck it. And such. So that's probably enough of a video. I probably said something useful, and maybe not. Maybe some of it's. I mean, just there's got to be something out of this whole video you had to agree with, right? So yeah, you either agree with 99% or 1%. But if you're an optimist, you should be able to say, well, you know, that's progress, 1%. We'll go for 2 next time. So anyway, yeah, I'm working on something bigger and better. Just it's all work. You know, being me is work. So anyway, till the next time. And such. Good luck and such. If you deserve some luck. Get what you deserve. Yeah, I just want to end up every video with that. Fuck all that peace out. Fuck the peace out. Get what you fucking deserve. Which probably is gonna suck. Yeah. So, fuck you. Get what you deserve. I sincerely mean it. Get exactly what you fucking deserve. Alright. Get paid for exactly what you've done in the world. Your payback. Yeah. What you've voted for, what you've advocated. Get it right up your ass. So anyway, till the next time and such. And I hope you get what you deserve. I really do.